Welcome to the Morgan Homestead. It's June 23rd. We realize we haven't done an update in quite a while. It's raining right now, but our chicks have grown a ton. We've made changes to their coop. We decided we're going to try to utilize this old chicken coop for a while yet, maybe through the winter, and maybe work next year on a new coop. But we'll show you an update on that, and you are not going to believe the plants in the greenhouse. So we're going to show you that too. Stick around for that. So Coop, Kevin is putting some new siding on it, some scrap lumber that he's had. And Kev, why don't you tell us everything else you've done out here?
Well, we just added the poultry netting, the electric poultry netting. As there's a couple other videos before this where I built the chicken waterer, and then also the last video where I built this automatic chicken feeder.
Okay. And we just moved the run a little bit. It was a different direction, so we just moved it again. Kevin did that just now. And they are getting huge. We've had a few of them start to crow. We have one that we were calling Black Betty, which is actually Black Benny. We've discovered. They're kind of hiding in the coop right now because it's raining, but the siding's going to look great on this. And Kev, why don't you show us what you've done inside?
So I also took out, we had some old nesting boxes in there, and I took all those out because they're not ready for laying eggs yet anyway. I'm going to change that around, but then I also added some more roosting bars, moved them up a little bit, and then added a ramp. And there's already one on it.
Oh my gosh, that looks awesome. Look at that ramp. Look at him. He looks so... She looks so happy. What do you think?
So by getting rid of the nesting boxes, the nesting boxes were over on the left-hand side, just below where the roosting bars are now, and gives them a lot more floor space for them to walk around in here a little bit.
I absolutely love that ramp. That is so cool that you made. They're just getting so big. It's crazy to see how much space they take up in here now that they're, how old, 10 weeks?
Yep, they'll be 10 weeks tomorrow.
10 weeks old. And there's Rusty the rooster. You can see his prominent comb and wattles. So he's definitely a rooster.
Yeah, he was crowing the other day, so.
Oh, settle down. So this is an old coop that was on the property, but we decided just to try to make it work while we build a new one, but time just has not permitted for a new coop. So we're going to try to make this work through the winter, I think. But look at how big these chickens are getting. Hi, what are you doing? So, and then the outside, did you change anything over here yet or no?
No.
Okay. So maybe show an update on that anyway. They last time I showed this, it was full of leaves, and oh, there's my Black Benny. Hi Benny. Hi Benny. You gonna crow for us? Huh? I thought you were a girl, but nope, you're definitely a rooster. So they cleaned this out pretty good. There's some stumps Kevin put in. Oh, somebody's crowing inside. So, yeah, this is fun. So we'll show you the greenhouse next. So here's our greenhouse. It's completely done. We took the shade cloth off. We only use that when it's hot. And I'll show you the rest back there later. But I'll show you inside. Look at our plants. They have just gone wild. We're super happy with the way everything's growing. Let me step inside here. and I'll give you a tour. Oh, this is our greenhouse. Our plants are doing great. I'll give you a tour all the way around so you can see the progress. This is an elderberry plant. I think in the video, the last video I showed, it was probably only about this high, and that was probably 3 weeks ago. We have some celery growing back here. Okay, and then next we have some habanada plants. These are just really filling out. We have tons and tons of flowers going. So, and you can probably come over here and see, this is banana peppers, and there's tons of flowers on those as well. Maybe Kevin can zoom in on the next 3 plants here are banana peppers, and they're just getting huge. These back here we think are about ready to harvest. Some in the back here definitely ready to harvest. There's a lot of banana peppers growing there. And then next we have red peppers. Lots of flowers. Not sure. Oh, there's a pepper right there. Couple of them, 3 of them, maybe 4 of them there. So those are doing great. These are all hydroponics. First year ever doing hydroponics. We weren't sure what it was going to be like, how it was going to work in a greenhouse setting, and it's really doing good. So that's exciting. Then we have jalapenos, 2 totes of jalapenos, another tote of jalapenos, and a yellow pepper in the front. If you want to zoom in over here, Kevin, you can see some jalapenos growing. Come over to this side maybe. There's a ton of them. And then another tote of yellow peppers, some jalapenos. Back in the corner, I've got some different lettuces growing and a couple more peppers in front. Kevin built me this shelf in here, so I've got some arugula started here. I need to get these transplanted into a bigger container. And we'll continue with hydroponics first. I've got another shelf over here where I'm starting some butter crunch lettuce and some broccoli and some dill and celery, but that doesn't seem to be taken off, but we'll see what happens. And then in the corner here I've got celery and more peppers, celery in the front here. I've had to move some stuff around, that's why it's not all kind of in order, but some cauliflower growing here and some basil in the back that's kind of getting shadowed by this cauliflower. I'm going to have to move that. We've already harvested the basil like 3 times, so that's doing really well. We've dried it and we filled up a whole spice container with the basil, so that's kind of cool. First time I've ever done that. Here we have a little green pepper growing, a couple of them, so that's exciting. I'm not sure what's going on with this little tomato plant. It needs some attention. And then we have some tomato plants, 4 or 5 tomato plants in here that are just going crazy. We have tons of flowers, so we should be seeing some tomatoes on those soon. And then if you come down here, the last of the totes, we have some arugula. I've already harvested off of this a couple times. And then these are all cauliflower. We have yet to see some actual cauliflower growing. I've never done this before. I've never grown cauliflower, but obviously it starts somewhere down here in the middle. Oh, wait a minute. I think we have one started here. I'm seeing some white. Yep. Way down here inside is my very first cauliflower ever. So that's cool. I was told to maybe on a video to pin up the leaves to protect that, but it looks pretty protected right now, so I think we'll just leave it. And then look at our raised bed. It's just gone wild.
Alright, so here's our raised bed. It's doing really well, really good as well. We have green onions in here. We have 2 tomato plants. One of them we're going to have to move because they're a little too close, but these are yellow pear tomatoes. And then we have radishes, which we've already harvested quite a few radishes out of that patch. And we will be harvesting the rest of these soon so we can replant. And then we have our cucumbers. They're growing really well. And then down the line here, we have our squash, which is also getting really big. Got quite a few blossoms in there, so hoping to get quite a few. This is a butternut squash. Then down in here somewhere we have some sweet potatoes right here. There's a couple different bunches of sweet potatoes in here. And another tomato plant. And then over here we have kohlrabi, and then yellow onions throughout here.
Wow, those are looking good, huh?
Yeah, and then up here we have a tomatillo, which
Whoa.
is just going crazy. It's huge.
Unbelievable. Now that tomatillo we bought, we didn't start that one from seed. We bought it, I don't know, at some store or whatever, but it was only a few inches high. And look at the stalk on that. It's just incredibly huge.
Plus all of the blossoms it has on there, so we're going to get quite a few tomatillos off that, hopefully.
Wow, that's beautiful. And then, what do you got going on outside, Kev?
So here we have a couple more raised beds. We have 2 different kinds of beets in this part of the raised bed here that are doing really well. I actually had to replant a couple of them that never did germinate, but the ones that did are doing well.
Yeah, those look nice.
And then on this end we have sweet corn, which is growing good as well.
So Kevin put a stain on these, and I think it looks great.
So then we also have this raised bed. This raised bed is all of our potatoes. We have a few of them that are sprouting, some of them that haven't started yet, but the ones that have sprouted are looking really good.
Yeah, those look great. And then what'd you do back here?
So then I also built a little platform back here for our water tank. And then I stained it the same color as the raised bed. So our system is that we have 2 IBC totes. One I put on a trailer, I haul over to the house. I fill it up from the outside well and then bring it back and pump it up into this one. I put this woven fabric, which we use for many different things, but I put this on here so that it keeps the sun off of it and so the algae doesn't grow inside the tank. And I think it's going to do pretty good.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like the stain on that. It looks great. So Kevin mowed an area back here. We were thinking of eventually having the chicken coop and maybe a chicken run back here. Not really sure yet what we're going to do. Now we've scoped out another spot. So maybe we'll just put in more raised beds. Not sure. But we're going to add a couple more raised beds in front of these 2 and maybe a couple on the side. Not sure. This is our first year here, so this is our start of it all. We can bring you over and show you our other garden now. So a few weeks ago I showed you Kevin tilling this garden up. He put weed fabric down and a drip hose with his dad, and they got it all planted. I'll let him give a tour of it.
So in this first row we planted some watermelon. In this row, I don't remember. We planted this stuff, but then we didn't mark it. Thinking that I would remember what it is. We think it might be lettuce, but I don't remember. So we're going to have to wait until it grows. And then in this row, we planted carrots in this row here. And they're growing. They're doing pretty good, actually.
Oh yeah, I see carrots.
In this row we planted peas. There's so many weeds and stuff in here, and I'm not sure what the peas look like, so I haven't weeded any of this. I need to wait until the peas grow before I know what to pull out of there.
Right.
Here we have some beans, green bean, and we have a few of them that are growing pretty good. Some of them didn't germinate on these, so I have some more beans in the house soaking, so I can replant these. So in here we have two sections of beets again. Between the two areas of beets we have some rhubarb that just comes up every year. In this row we have some more tomatoes, and then cucumbers and more squash on the end. So then on the end we have more squash. That's butternut squash as well.
Looks good. So yeah, once the plants grow up, then you don't have to worry about weeding really with this weed fabric. So, but obviously when they're really small and you're not sure what they look like, you have to get in there or you have to wait until you know what they look like, and then you have to kind of weed it out. But this is going to look great. So it's June 23rd, and we will give you an update on this garden in a couple weeks, or even a week, not sure. So typical Minnesota weather. We started this, it was raining and cloudy, and now the sun's coming out, and the chickens are all out in their run, enjoying it. You can see some that are drinking out of the water bucket Kevin made. So if you want to see updates, and if you like this video and want to continue to see how our hydroponic garden grows and how our chickens are doing and all the other projects we're working on, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends if you think they'd be interested too. So until next time, thanks for watching.
Bye.
See ya. They're all at the water hole.